Hello, my name is Denise Natarin, and today I will be presenting access problems 13, 14, and 15. So we're going to go ahead and start with problem 13. On this problem, we are required to do an income statement for the business. An income statement is a financial statement that shows the company income and expenditures. It also shows whether a company is making a profit or loss for a given period. The name of the financial statement is listed after the name of the company. We're going to say that this statement is for the month that it's ending. In this case, it will be December 31st. And then we're gonna start with the revenues. Revenues are reported first in the income statement. Revenues is the total amount of income generated by the sale of goods or services related to the company primary operations. The only revenue that we can see in our list is consultant revenue. So we're gonna go ahead and put that information right here. Okay, so it will be our total revenues. After this, we're gonna go ahead and put our expenses. Expenses are the costs to generate the revenues that we already report. And as we can see in our list, there's a couple of them. We have rent expense, okay. We also have salary expense. We have miscellaneous expense, and we also have, telephone expense. So we're gonna go ahead and introduce those numbers. Miscellaneous, and telephone expense. Okay. So it will be our total expense. Now we proceed to subtract our expenses from our revenues. As we can see, our revenues are greater than our expenses. Therefore, we obtain a net income. If the amounts were contrary, then we will have a net loss. Okay, so it will be our income statement by now. We're gonna need this information later. So we're gonna go ahead with problem 14, and this problem we are required to do and retain earnings, statement of retained earnings. So in a statement of retained earnings, it's where we report how retained earnings change over the reporting period, which in this case will be for the month ending. So we're gonna go ahead and choose that one. So in this second line, the retained earnings by December 1st, and it will be the amount of 0 because this is the first years of business of the company. Below this, we will put our net income that we obtain in our last statement. And then we are going to subtract our dividends. In this case, or cash dividends are right here. So this amount that we have, 130, it's going to be our total of retained earnings by December 31st. So now we're gonna go ahead with problem 15, in which we are required to do a balance sheet for the company. This statement will show the financial position of Earth Consulting at the close of business on December 31st. So we're gonna go ahead and choose December 31st because it's for that day. And then we are going to, in the left side of our statement, we are going to put our assets. Our assets are our resources a company owns or controls. So we are going to go ahead and put, first of all, cash. As we can see, we have cash right here. And then land. And then accounts receivable. And then office supplies. And finally, office equipment. Okay. So this, it will be our total of assets. Then in the upper right side of the balance sheet, we're gonna put any liability that the company has incurred. In other words, what Ernst Consulting owns to its creditors. So we're gonna go ahead here and put liabilities. In this case, we only have accounts payable right here. Perfect. And then we are going to continue with our equity. And this section, equity, is the owner's claim on assets, or the part of the business that belong to the owners, any money they put into the business. So we're gonna go ahead and put common stocks. And also we are going to put the retained earnings that we have from our last statement. There we go. Okay, so this is gonna be our total liability and equity. It's very important that we select liability and equity. It's very important that these two amounts are the same, because as we remember, assets equals the total of liability plus equity. And if we have the same amounts, that means that our statement has balance. So this is the presentation for the problems 13, 14, and 15. And if you have any questions or clarifications for my video, please feel free to comment. Thank you and good luck.